Yeah, hey, it's Garrett. Now, this is a follow-up to the whole issue of pressing 9, pressing 1 that we covered before in the previous video. And by the way, I add these videos as I have the idea of adding them. So oftentimes I'm dressed differently. It's different time of the day or night. I'm in a different energy level. So today it's the middle of the day. I have a good energy level. And so I wanted to address the issue of broadcasting to people and leaving a website for them to go to. Because there are some people, now if you spoke to me directly, we probably talked about this, but you could have come to me in the middle of the night. You may have signed up. I get a lot of people who sign up and I never talk to them in iBuzz Pro, okay? And I get pass-up sales who I never talk to. So I really want you to understand something that's really, really important, and that is that the whole issue of broadcasting to people and giving them your website and then trying to do this in such a way that you never have to talk to people, it's a great idea. I mean, it's a fantastic idea. And Mike and I, Mike's the co-captain of the team here, we have, experimented with this, and it hasn't worked out real well. For one reason is when you're broadcasting to people, you're going to reach some people on cell phones. They're going to be walking down the street, or they're going to be taking a walk, or they're going to be driving, or they're going to be whatever they're doing. They don't have a pen handy to write down the website. I have gotten broadcasts in the past from people who broadcast a website. First of all, and a couple of times I've written it down, but they didn't enunciate the website address properly, and I didn't write it down properly, and I wrote something down and I went to go there and there was nothing there. It was miscommunication, okay? So you have that problem. Another thing is, you don't want to be broadcasting a message that's got a phone number in it, okay? I've had people craft messages and they call me up and they want me to hear the message, and I hear it and they're saying, okay, now blah, 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 and call 800 blah, 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 or go to www. blah, 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 or press 1. And you don't want that. You got to keep this thing really, really simple. Listen to radio ads. They're going after one result, whether it's call an 800 number or go to a website or whatever it is. They're not giving you 2, 3, 4 different options to respond to the radio ad. Well, this is the same as that, okay? So you really have to understand, as far as we know, based on experience and experimentation, the only really effective way to use iBuzz Pro is to give a message. They can press 9 to get off the list. They press 1 to learn more. They go to a voice messaging system. They leave their name and number. You get an email. For each lead, you open up the email. You can hear the person leaving their name and number, and you call them back. That's the best way. That is the best way. Okay? Now, just as an aside, sometimes people will press 1. You're going to get an email from them. Maybe they didn't leave their name and number. Who knows why? I call them back anyway. I don't have the advantage of knowing their name. I don't have the advantage of having listened to a message they left. But I call them back anyway and I say, yeah, hey, this is Garrett. I sent you a phone message about 20 minutes ago about making money. And they say, oh yeah. I don't ask them how come they didn't leave a message. Who cares? They responded by pressing 1. Maybe the dog barked. Maybe they dropped their phone. Maybe there was a thunderstorm crack. Maybe they didn't want to. Who cares? They pressed 1 to learn more. You're going to get that as a lead too. Just want to make sure I cover that with you. Anyway, so, I would, and here's another thing, and that is broadcasting to answering machines. We haven't really found that this works well. Okay? In terms of having it bring consistent results. And the reason is because you can spend money broadcasting to answering machines and you have no idea if it's being effective. Somebody may get your message and then a week later And then they may write down. Now, if you're going to broadcast to an answering machine, then you should use a website. Okay, that is the case. But we haven't found this to be particularly a good investment because you have no control about when the people are going to respond, and you have no way to know if they actually were responding. When you broadcast to live answers, people that answer the phone live, you know exactly what the results are, like instantly. Okay? So in terms of using iBuzz Pro or any kind of phone messaging system out there, because there's others out there, this is what works the best. Stick with what works. Stick with what works. Okay? Stick with what works. Don't start barking up the tree that, oh, gee whiz, I can just broadcast my website and they're going to go there and sign up and send me money. It's a great idea. I would love to find the formula that makes that work, and we experiment with it once in a while to see if we can find the right formula, but we haven't found it yet. As soon as we find it, and we will find it, we'll let you know. In the meantime, stick with what works. Now, you can market iBuzz Pro somewhat passively, and the way you do that is down below on the section, I think it's called Google Marketing, I can't remember right now. You can look at the content network and use the iBuzz Pro lead capture page, which I cover extensively down below, and you can market online using the iBuzz Pro lead capture page and generate high quality leads that way, or you can do passive marketing or semi-passive marketing using reverse marketing on the same site. So you're not completely and totally tied into broadcasting to live answers and then talking to people on the phone. You can do that, plus you can have a passive and semi-passive marketing strategy in place to generate high quality leads and business for selling iBuzz Pro. So just wanted you to understand, you do have a lot of options here. Okay? However, if you're brand new to iBuzz Pro, then you don't want to get involved with the content network right now. But you should definitely have it in your back pocket as something on your to-do list. The content network can make you a fortune with iBuzz Pro. There is a learning curve to it, and you should learn how to do everything on this site and learn from iBuzz Pro the mechanics of voice broadcasting before you tackle a new thing.